Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing out there this afternoon? It's so wonderful to be out here with you on this evening, guys. And just give me a few minutes so I can make sure that everything is working out pretty good on all the networks that I'm live streaming at this time. And so I just want to make sure everything is working good, guys. Okay, so just give me a second here. All right, there we go. There we go. So that's looking good. That's looking good. Yes, and let me turn this down so it won't interfere with what we're doing over here. Okay, so listen, this is your Stepping Up and Stepping Out Real Talk Show with Dr. Valerie Harris. And welcome to this session where we will explore the strategies for scaling your vision and being able to achieve sustainable growth without the risk of burnout. Because, in life, we experience so many things in our lives. We experience family, we experience careers, we experience health and wellness, we experience just our finances, working on that, and our personal and professional lives, and um, entertainment and travel. We have all these things that throughout our lives that go on each and every day that we have to plan for, have goals for, to make sure we can sustain them, and also be able not to burn ourselves out and to be balanced when we have all of those things going on. So I just wanted to welcome you to this session where we will explore how to be able to identify scalable opportunities. And let me put that up on the screen, how we will be able to identify scalable opportunities, okay, and be able to delegate effectively. That's another thing we're going to talk about tonight. And also long-term planning with balance, because with the goals, that's long-term planning. Some goals are much longer than others. Some I do every day, some 3 months, some might be a year, some might be 5 years. It depends on what goal it is that you're trying to obtain as you're doing this planning. So, what I want you to do is to just indulge me tonight. What is one area of your business or your leadership or personal or professional role where you are ready to scale? And if you don't mind, drop it in the chat for me, guys. Drop yours in the chat so that we can see that we're not the only ones that are doing that. Everybody has things that they want to do and learn how to scale those things back. So what is one thing that you would like to scale back in your life that you need help with, or something of that nature? Okay, because I'm going to talk about 3 different tips that I want to give you on this tonight, and I hope that you have paper and pencil. Make sure you have something to write on so you can write them down. And the first one, like I told you, that I put on the screen was identifying scalable opportunities. Okay, and so you want to know, you're probably asking, what is scalability? What are you talking about? But scalability is the ability to grow your impact or your business without proportional increase or resources. That you need to be able to manage the things that you have to do and be able to grow in the process, but scale back, but not lose out on anything because you might be overdoing it. Okay. And how can we identify these opportunities? Well, what we have to do is focus on activities with high impact and low effort, and then look for repeatable processes that can be automated or expanded, and also be able to assess market trends for growth potential, because you have to look at the market and see what things are going on that you might be interested in doing it, that you might not be doing enough of, or you need to scale back on. So you need to find out where your balance is when you're talking about identifying opportunities that you need to scale back on. Maybe we're doing too many things at one time. I don't know. That is personal with everyone. So everybody have to be able to deal with that. And to just give you an example of something, just imagine that you're hosting a electrifying in-person workshop, and the participants are leaving with buzzing with ideas that inspired them to take action once they left that particular workshop. And now just imagine how you can capture that energy and transform it into something else, an online course or a book or whatever, that will reach thousands of people anytime, anywhere. And let me just share one story that is very dear to my heart, that illustrates how a scalable opportunity can reshape your impact. And just what I do up here can do the same thing for me. But a few years ago, I led a transformational leadership workshop in my community, and each session was filled with interactive exercises, personal stories, and actionable strategies that resonated deeply with my audience. Yet, one thing I noticed was a recurring question at the end of every workshop. Listen, they had questions, but it was something that we could deal with, and I just enjoyed it because it made me see what I could do to revisit those questions that they were asking. And how revisited it was, I went to the next step. Instead of limiting the impact to the confines of just that single room for that workshop, what I decided to do was record those sessions or the things that we did at that session, and I broke them down into many contents and I created some clear modules, added some downloadable resources like worksheets and reflection guides, and even set up an interactive quiz to reinforce what they learned in that workshop. And by turning that workshop into an online course, what I was able to do was broaden my reach to a global audience, but also created a source of passive income that allowed me to invest even more in my mission. And so the thing of it is, that was something that I didn't have to really pay a lot of attention to because it was self-paced. People could go in and take the course, and that was residual, income that I could make while I was sleeping. Okay. So you can turn things in. I know that you all have journals at home that you've been writing in years. You can turn that journal into a book, and so that you can have passive income that you can make while you're asleep. So that's what we're talking about tonight. So what is one process or idea you can think of that could scale your business? And let me know what that is, and type it in the chat if you don't mind. Come on, type it in the chat, ladies or guys or whoever's out watching or who comes back and listens to the replay. The second tip is being able to delegate and outsource effectively. And why do I say delegation is essential? The reason I say that is because it frees up your time for high priority tasks. It also empowers others to be able to leverage their strengths. Did you know that? Think about that for a few minutes. It enhances your development, providing growth opportunities for others to develop their skills. It also increases efficiency and productivity, and it encourages collaboration. Okay? So, how to delegate successfully? And that is dependent on each individual person, how you want to set up, how you want to delegate successfully. But what you have to do is identify tasks that don't require your direct involvement. So with me creating that course, once I created it, it's created. So I don't have to give a lot of attention to it. Okay? Clearly be able to communicate expectations and provide resources, and be able to trust the people that you work with to deliver while maintaining accountability. That is so very, very important. And I want you to stay till the end of the show, because what I will be doing is going over to my YouTube channel and posting a freebie for you. And so, and what I want to tell you is when to outsource. When should we decide that we need to outsource? We have to look for specialized tasks or areas where our expertise, are required. And each person that comes to listen to me, you have a specific expertise. You need to walk in it. And so if you can have these specific expertise that are required, you might, the example of when to outsource is or hire a virtual assistant for administrative work or graphic designs for marketing materials. I know I do my own graphics, But at times when I don't have time for it, I outsource that. I get me a virtual assistant where they can help me with that. Especially when I have special events coming up, I will outsource that if I don't have time to do that. So we have to learn how to outsource things that we might not have time to put in our schedules. It's okay. And so what I want you to do is to reflect on one task you can delegate or outsource to someone this week. Think about that for a few minutes. Hello, Angela. It's wonderful to see you, Angela. Great seeing you out there. I'm so glad you came to listen to the live on tonight. And I hope what I'm saying will help you in your business. And so, what is one task you could delegate or outsource to save you some time? And if you don't mind, share it in the chat with me. Share it in the chat. Okay. That would be great. And then the third tip, and I have a presentation I'm also show you to reiterate these things. And like I said, get pen and paper and write it down. Long-term planning with balance. Why balance planning is key? Because it prevents us from what, y'all? Being burnt out by incorporating rest and recovery into your growth plan. We have to get the proper rest. We have to get the exercise. We have to eat right. So we have to put that in our plan to make sure we don't experience being burnt out. And how do you plan for long-term, these long-term plans for your goals or what have you that you have? You have to be able to set realistic goals with clear milestones. When do you want these goals to come to fruition? Then be able to build flexibility into your plan so that you can adapt changes and be able to, in that process, prioritize your self-care as part of your strategy. Our mental health and wellness needs to be part of whatever it is that we're doing so that we will not burn out, guys. Okay? And what I want you to do is share a balanced weekly schedule template. Well, that's what I'm going to share with you this week, a balanced schedule template that includes your work, your personal time, and your rest. That's what I'm going to give you as a freebie this week. So I want you to hang in there with me so that you won't miss out on that freebie. And so as I was talking to you about the sustainable growth, scaling your impact with balance, what we've done is we have explored how to identify scalable opportunities, how to delegate effectively, and to plan a long-term success with balance. And this is something that we have to be strategic about, guys. Okay? Do not take these things lightly. And how to unlock scalable opportunities. And like I told you before, what scalability is all about, it's the ability to grow your impact or your business without proportional increases in resources. And then identifying opportunities, that's a way for you to focus on activities with high impact and low effort. Look for repeatable processes, okay, that can be automated or expanded. And look at the market. Look at the things, the trends that are in the market about growth potential for us, or look at things that you're doing that other people might be doing this and see what they're doing, okay? And come up with an idea of how you can do those things for yourself. And being able to turn a simple workshop into an online course. That's what I did. I turned a simple workshop into an online course, okay? Yes, it's a lot of work to do that. It takes time. But once you spend time doing it, it's done. And it's nothing that you have to pay a whole lot of attention to because people can just click on the link, go take the course, and finish the course, and you're done. Unless they have some specific questions or something they might want to ask you. But most of the time, they do it at their own pace. They're at home doing it online when they have free time and get it done. And it works beautifully. And they have worksheets and templates to use to help them grow whatever it is in their personal and professional lives. Okay. Another thing, the power of effective delegation. Why? Because we have to learn how to free up time for high priority tasks that we have, which will empower others and be able to leverage their strength when we delegate. And it's not about looking over their shoulder. When I delegated to them, I'm not going to look over your shoulder. I just expect for you to fulfill that obligation or that responsibility. Okay. And successful delegation always will identify tasks that don't require your direct involvement. But you have to have clear communication, and your expectations will provide those resources. We have all the resources, we just haven't tapped into them. We haven't tapped into them, but you have what you need, and be able to trust the people that you work with to deliver while maintaining that accountability. Leveraging outsourcing for growth. When when to outsource? When should we outsource? We have to look for specialized tasks or areas where expertise is required. If I have a big project, I'm going to find somebody to help me with that project. If it's the designing or what have you, even though I'm a creator myself, I outsource that. I tell them what I want them to do. They do it. They send it back to me. If it's what I asked for, it's a done deal. And examples, that is an example of hiring a virtual assistant. But some of those administrative things or things that you don't have time doing, they can do it for you. Okay. There are people out there with those expertise that can do those things for you and do a great job at it. And then when I was talking about planning for long-term success, balance planning prevents us guys from being burnt out. Because, like I said before, we have all these things coming at us. Life is full of personal, professional development, growth. We need goals for that. We need a goal for our families, what we're going to do with our family, our careers, all those things, our travel, our educational pursuits that we want to improve, and our finances. This is stuff that we deal with in life, period. So we have to have a plan for all those things. And along with having those plans, once we set those plans and those goals, we need to make sure that we are dealing with our mental health areas and being balanced and eating and trying to be healthy. Because if you're not healthy, you don't feel like doing none of this. You won't enjoy doing it because you're burnt out. And it's because you haven't gotten enough rest. And we have to get enough rest, guys. Okay, remember that. So, setting realistic goals with clear milestones, build flexibility into your plans to adapt to change. You want to see change and prioritize your self-care, your mental health as part of your strategy of whatever it is you're doing. All those areas that I mentioned, we got to prioritize ourselves in there. Okay? So make sure you do that. And then your weekly schedule, a balanced approach. We have to have work, personal time, and rest. Those three things we must do. That need to be part of our plan during the day. Okay. So if I'm doing my to-do list, my goals for the day, I got to have in there where I'm going to be exercising, where I'm going to be drinking enough water, whether I'm going to walk, whatever it is I'm going to do. I got to put my personal stuff in that schedule for the day. Okay. And then my personal time, my hobbies or activities that I love doing or spending time with my loved ones, that has to be part of that. And of course, rest. If we don't get enough rest, guys, we won't be good for nothing. Okay? You won't enjoy what you're doing if you're tired. Because I enjoy what I do. Because I'm a look, and it don't take much for me to lay down and get me a 30-minute nap, and I'm ready to go then. Okay? Whatever it takes for you to get the rest you need and go to bed on time at night, drinking enough water, eating well. Those are things that we need to be very conscious about, especially our health and what we're putting in our bodies. Okay? Scaling your impact. Scalability focuses on growing impact without overextending your resources because you have what you need, but you just need to know how to scale it so that it's user friendly, so that you can be successful in it, and by delegating and outsourcing, which will allow you to work smarter and not harder. Okay? And then long-term planning with balance is critical for sustainable success. I'm here to tell you. Small steps, y'all. Small steps, you get big results. And if you put any of those in practice this week, you will see how it will work for you. Action step 1 this week, identify one task that you can delegate to somebody else. Action step number 2, focus on one scalable opportunity that you would like to pursue. And the worksheet, the freebie that I'm going to give you, will help you line that up. The sustainability growth plan. That's the downloadable that I have for you. The sustainable growth plan will provide you. It's a tool that you need to identify these opportunities, plan effectively, and maintain your balance. And the link, it won't be in this chat. You're gonna have to go over to YouTube and download it from there. That's where I have it at. But I don't know if I even have the link tonight right now on me, but I can put the link will be over there in YouTube. In about 3 hours, you can go over to YouTube. And if you need to watch this over again to get some of the other nuggets that I talked about, the link will be over there for you to get to it. Okay. And then stepping into your legacy. I'm all about legacy because I help women build business that create financial freedom, live a healthy lifestyle, and leave legacy to the next generation. That's why you see me putting a lot of things up on my page about health, because I try to be very conscious of that. And join in with me and talk back to me of some other things that you would like to talk about as far as health is concerned, because I take my health very seriously, because I'll be 72 years old and I want to live some more years. So in order for me to do that, I need to be healthy. I need to eat healthy so that my legacy will go on and my children will know, yes, I need to put exercise in my life. It might not be every day, but at least 3 to 4 times a week. Okay? And so don't miss out on the freebie that I have. And I've been putting all the freebies over there in YouTube. So if you didn't see them or what have you, they're over there in YouTube. Growth is a journey. And growth is something I try to do every day. I try to learn something new every day. I don't care how simple it is. So it's a journey. It's for the rest of your life. Don't never think that it's not a time for you to have a growth mindset. And I've done a many lives on talking about growth mindset. A growth mindset is very important. I am a proponent of continuous growth, because when you grow, you're able to help other people grow, and it has a ripple effect. So just remember that growth is a journey, not a sprint. Keep scaling your vision with purpose and balance, guys. It is so very important. And defining your legacy, building lasting impact. Your legacy is the impact you leave in the world. Okay? The difference you make and the positive contributions you made to society. I love all of the material by Miles Monroe. And of course, he's not with us here, but he is still teaching today through the material and all the videos that you could go out there and listen to, of all the teaching that he did before he left this earth. So your legacy lives on. So you have to take that legacy thing very serious, because somebody can still grow from you not even being on the scene. Isn't that something? Because I still read his books and I glean from the things that he says. And he was a powerful teacher, preacher, okay, evangelist, and he was great at what he did. And so key components is about your values, your actions, and the lasting influence you have on others. You want to have a lasting influence on those that you come in contact with. And so purpose-driven leadership, guys, what is your why? You got to discover your underlying motivation, your passion, and the reason why you do what you do. And vision and values, clarify your vision for the future and align your actions with your core values. That is so very important. And leave a lasting mark on the world, something positive, okay? Identify a specific cause or project you're passionate about and work on it. Do it. Take steps towards making a difference, whether it's volunteering or donating to a cause or advocating for a cause. It's so much out there that we could be doing. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed this live, and I hope that you learned something from what I talked about tonight. And it was great that you came out here, and tell your friends about these lives, because you can go back over, like I said, on YouTube and revisit them. And like I said, this is week number 7. So I told you at the beginning it was an 8-week series. So week 8 is next week, and so I want you to enjoy coming to that one next week, because we'll end it with session 8 next week, and then we'll start another round of some other interesting topics that people have been sending in, that I've been looking at, so that we can learn from that and glean from that, and just be your best selves, guys. Be your authentic selves, and do what you enjoy and do it well. And as you're doing it, help others along the way, okay? Because what you have in you, you have greatness in you that the world needs. Your voice is necessary in the world. So just make sure that you look back at the points that I gave you, and I'll put them back up on the screen real quick. The first one was identify scalable opportunities. The second one was delegating and outsourcing effectively. And the third one was long-term planning with balance. Because after all, we want to be balanced, we want to be healthy, we want to do the things that we love doing and do them well, and helping others as we go along in our journey, because our journey is continuous, and remember that, okay? And it's a growth journey, because you're growing along the way. And as long as you have an open mind and want to learn, you will. If there are things you don't know how to do, make sure that you avail yourself to learn those things. And listen, I'm not going to keep you out here long. And I did keep you out here a little long. It's almost 30 minutes, but I got a little caught up with that thing. But I enjoyed coming out here, leaving nuggets for you. And I hope that you have enjoyed them and have gleaned something from them. And I always tell you all, guys, to go to that YouTube channel. Tell your friends about my YouTube channel and have them subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. And go and binge watch some of those videos when you have time. Okay? And then if you want to get in contact with me, you can get in contact with me. Let me know that you want to see me or talk to me. I do 30-minute consultations. For the first one, it's free, okay? The first one, guys, is free, okay? And then another thing I wanted to tell you about, I have an upcoming summit coming up in June 21st. Mark your calendar tonight. And I want you to come to this Empower Her 2025 Summit. And it's for cross-generational impact, where we're going to impact each other. And it's June 21st. It's going to start at 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And it's going to be right in Hopewell at the Delta Hotel by Marriott. It's by Marriott. It's a very nice hotel. So go there, and you can get my link, and you can sign up for the workshop today, okay? Because we are going to be rocking the house, okay? So, and I look forward to seeing you at that workshop. And guys, that's all I have for you tonight, and it was good talking to you. And look, I will be talking to you a little bit later, okay? So Talk Time Val is about to sign out. And listen, have a blessed rest of the week. And I enjoy being out here with you. And leave a comment, or like I said, reach out to me. I'm available. Okay. Talk to you later.